Well, good day everybody. My apologies that I cannot be with you personally, but I do have a commitment to be somewhere else today. But it's an honor for me to open this conference, and thank you for giving me that privilege. It's a matter of great interest to me as chairman of the King Committee and chairman of the International Integrated Reporting Council that there is interest in the fourth iteration of the King reports on governance in the EU. An analysis of major companies listed on major stock exchanges showed that only between 20 and 30% of the market capitalization of listed companies was made up of additives in a balance sheet according to financial reporting standards. The rest was made up of what became known as intangible assets. Companies do not operate on a basis that financial capital is in one building, human capital in another, natural capital in yet another. These things are indivisible and integrated 24/7, including the relationship between the company and its stakeholders. Therefore, we did spend 2 years at the IRC developing a framework to show how companies can strategize on an integrated basis, applying their minds, the collective mind of the board, to 6 capitals: financial, manufactured, human, natural, intellectual, and social capital, which included the relationship with stakeholders. And it was outcomes-based, accepting that how a company makes its money and its output, its product or service, once it goes out into society, has an impact on society. And we said there are 2 outcomes: internal, to make money, to service the company's borrowings, pay wages, pay creditors, etc. But there's also external outcomes, an impact on the 3 critical dimensions in which companies operate, namely the economy, to dilute the 75 principle down to 16 basic principles, such as ethical culture and effective leadership, principle 1. But to achieve 4 outcomes, and these are they. The first one, ethical culture and effective leadership. Secondly, value creation in a sustainable manner. Thirdly, adequate and effective control/oversight. Fourthly, trust and confidence in the company and the community in which it operates, and legitimacy of operation. If at the end of any fiscal period you can conclude, or the reader of your integrated report can conclude, that you've achieved these outcomes, you must have been practicing quality governance instead of a mindless quantitative approach to governance. And the evidence of that has occurred in my country, South Africa. There is a company called ecoDa. That's evidence that once you lose legitimacy of operation and trust and confidence in your community, you lose value. The outcomes-based approach to governance can be a universal approach. As well as in South Africa, it can be in Europe. Research has also now shown that companies that are strategizing on an integrated basis are able to borrow more cheaply because banks can measure risk on a more informed basis, can raise capital more cheaply, and are attracting the millennials, the next generation, because the next generation do not want to be parties to carry on business as usual, because they're concerned of what they call the global environmental crunch, which me and my generation have left to them. And the whole purpose of all this is to hopefully change the thinking, the corporate thinking, because the company, both public and private, is the biggest user of natural assets, so that those who come after us have a sustainable planet. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope you have a very successful conference.